Alright everybody, let's get started. Today I want to talk to you all about this shortcut that I've developed that basically looks for a new wallpaper on pexels.com. So the first thing you want to know here is that you need to have an application called Toolbox Pro. I think the best explanation for Toolbox Pro would be that it adds more actions to your shortcuts app. Right, so let's set up the shortcut. Let's go to my iPad and we'll set up the shortcut over there. Alright everybody, I was hoping that I'll be able to show this to you on my iPad, that being a bigger screen and whatnot, but I'm running iPadOS 15 on my iPad like an idiot and it won't let me do anything. So let's do this on this iPhone. The first thing you want to do is go to your shortcuts application. In here, you want to create a new shortcut by hitting the plus icon on the top right. And one can add an action by searching for it, and the action is going to be called something with pexels, and we have the find pexels action right here. And we're going to pass a query. Our query is going to be dark mode wallpaper. You can change that to be anything, for instance, dark mode abstract. If I click run, and you can see it's going to pull a bunch of pictures for me. Let's expand this action to customize this a little bit, and you can change the orientation to portrait. Since I'm going to be running this on an iPhone, I don't care about landscape images. I'm going to change the size from 12 megapixel to 4 megapixel. Although it stays small, it's still plenty big for an iPhone screen. I can change the results per page depending on how many results you want to pick from, so let's change that to 25. Since this is going to pull 25 pictures at once, if we run it, you can see that their search results are 1 out of 25. We want to extract one item from this, and I don't want to select the first item or the second item, so I want to select a random item. So if I search for random in my action search bar, I get an option for get item from list. This is basically going to default to the first item, but we're going to select first item and change that to random item. So now if I run this thing, you can see that it pulls a random picture from the 25 results that we received first. You can turn that into an image by using an action called get images from input. So let's get that action from the search bar and down here. If you tap on input, it will give you an option to select a magic variable, and we're going to select our item from the list. Now you want to tap on your item from the list because by default it's trying to send a pexels photo, and that doesn't seem to be working from what I understand. You should change that to original URL. So if I run this right now, you can see it actually asks for a permission and it will extract the image from that URL. Now you want to set this thing as your wallpaper. So in order to set it as a wallpaper, search for an action that is called set wallpaper. After adding it, make sure you expand the action and turn off show preview. This will make sure your wallpaper is changed automatically without your interaction. If I go back to my home screen, you can see my wallpaper is something purple stuff. And if I run this action right now, this thing should have been set as my wallpaper, as you can very well see. Now I can run it again to show you that this is going to change the wallpaper, and it's not going to set the same wallpaper over and over again despite the fact that you have the same search term. So you can run it multiple times. I'm going to run it 3 times to make sure nothing repeats because it's randomly selected from the first 25 results. You can change the first 25 to make sure none of your results are ever repeated. Well, now that you know how to set up these shortcuts, we can learn how to set up automations that will run these shortcuts automatically based on dark theme and light theme, the way I have it set up. So go to the automations tab. You can set up an automation based on a sunset and sunrise, and this will automatically change wallpaper at least twice a day. To be honest with you, this is one of the best things that I have set up in automations. Well, no, not necessarily. The best thing that I have for automations is a shortcut that automatically sends birthday wishes based on my calendar events. And I made a video showing you how to create that shortcut. If you want to check out that video, that's right over here. Thank you everybody for watching. This is Geet.